This is the X Sports Network. Going the distance with local sports, covering the Loretto Mustangs, Summertown Eagles, and Lawrence County Wildcats. Basketball, football, baseball, and more. This is the X Sports Network.
Back here at the barn as we get ready to start the boys' game here between these two rivals in Summertown and Loretto. The final boys' game between these two here at the barn. Taking a look at both sides. Summertown coming in at 8-9. Their head coach is Wes Long. Loretto at 11-5. Their head coach is Greg Tips. The Mustangs have won 5 out of their last 6. And the big theme in this one, Cam, two very, very young teams. Summertown with 3 seniors, no juniors, all freshmen and sophomores. Loretto on the other side and nothing but freshmen and sophomores. So 2 young and up-and-coming teams here battling out here in their district opener.
Yeah, that is the story. I mean, and I can't speak to Summertown because I've only seen them once this year, so I apologize if you're a Summertown fan. I don't know much about Summertown because I've seen them one time, and it was not a good game for them. It might have been their worst game that they played all year against Lawrence County. That's the only game I've seen. I can speak to Loretto. What we saw at them at the first year was not good. It was bad. Right. That first Lawrence County game, you're like, man, they're a long ways. But they have improved leaps and bounds since the start of the year. It's been, as a broadcaster, it's been one of the most fun things to watch because you're sitting here thinking, man, this is going to be a long season, and then now you're like, they've got a legitimate chance to do some good things. Yeah. They're fun to watch, and I know what I've seen from Summertown. They didn't have Grayson in that game. Right. Now, obviously, we all know how good of a player he is. So you put him into the mix, you see how close the Lawrence County game is the next time. Of course, it's at Summertown. That's maybe the hardest place to play in the entire state.
And no one hit a free throw.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean,
that was both sides.
I mean, you're talking about a Lawrence County team who I don't think would surprise anyone if they made a run to the glass house this year. Yeah. I mean, they're good, and they're deep, and they have so many weapons, but Summertown was right there with them. Yeah. Again, much like the girls' game, I don't know what to expect. It's going to come down to matchups. Yeah. I just hope both teams have a good night because I don't feel like Loretto girls just had their best night, obviously. Right. I don't feel like Summertown did either, though. Yeah. I don't feel like they played their best. Yeah. So I want to see both teams play their best.
Taking a look here at both starting lineups. Starting first here with Loretto, you'll have Corbin Reynolds, Jackson Robertson, Mason Tidwell, Hayden Buttram, and Kason Bowie. On the other side for Summertown, they'll have Weston Pigg, Cole Campbell, Jackson Bennett, Grayson Burleson, and Kurt Burleson. Taking a look at this series here since 2001, Summertown leads that one 29-21. At games here at the barn, Summertown leads that one 12-9. From about 2001 to 2010, Cam, it was all Summertown, but ever since then, Loretto has made a big comeback and really kind of evened up the series ever since the calendar went from 2009 to 2010.
Right, so you go before 2001 even, you're going to find the same thing. Summertown dominated. Yeah. The reason is, I mean, listen, it's no secret that Loretto's men's basketball program was wandering in the wilderness for many years. I was a member of that. I was in the thick of that. Yeah. It just didn't happen for us. And I've said it before, we had good coaches, we had good players. It just didn't happen. And Summertown was not a district opponent. So it was always an early game when we played them. And then that changed about the time the records changed.
Yeah.
And Loretto started getting a lot of talent here. You're seeing some all-time men's basketball players. Of course, won a state championship just a few years ago. Had another team that could have won it, but COVID. It's been fun to see it be a competitive series again it never was. Let's be honest.
Yeah. But it's heading back in that direction, at least for both of these sides here. As we got the starting lineups here being introduced for both sides, and it's the final game between these two here at the barn as they will move into the new gym next year. We'll have to see.
Well, we hope.
Yeah, we'll have to see what that looks like before we give it a nickname, since every gym in the county has a nickname. So.
Right now, it's the delayed stable.
Delayed stable?
No, it's delayed.
Delayed.
So it's not going to be done on time. It's the manger. I don't know what you call it.
Well, they call like tiny gyms and tiny arenas and hockey barns.
Yeah,
so
that's why this is, of course, the Mustang, it's in a barn. It makes sense, but, I don't know. I'm like anything else that bureaucratic places fund, I have skepticism,
Well,
Government usually don't.
I've only lived here since August of 2021. I already know if it involves construction in Lawrence County schools, it never happens on time.
It's just government in general. I mean, it's just in general. I mean, it has nothing to do with that. I don't think. I think it's just the way the bureaucratic system works.
We start this one off. Kason Bowie wins a tip into the hands of Mason Tidwell over to Corbin Reynolds. Reynolds here has at the Loretto logo over to Tidwell. Back to Reynolds. Picks up his dribble. Now over to Hayden Butcher. Butcher. Now over to Tidwell in the corner. Back to Budrum at the left wing. Now to Reynolds at the logo. Reynolds resets the play here for the Mustangs. Now to Tidwell at the right wing. To Butchum straight away. Over to Reynolds. Down low to Kason Bowie. Long pass out to Tidwell over the top of his hands. It's going to go out of bounds. First turnover for either side. And Summertown will have their first possession of the game.
On Thursday night, Kason Bowie only played about 2 minutes. He got hurt early in that game, didn't come back in. And Coach Tips on Friday didn't think he would play in this game, but seems to have healed up pretty well.
He was dunking in pregame and looked pretty good as Cole Campbell goes up, knocks down the first points of the game. Eagles lead this one 2-0. Reynolds here will walk it across the timeline for the Mustangs. No dribble here to his left. Guarded by Campbell. Now over to Butchum near the corner. Back to Reynolds. Swings over to Tidwell, who gives it back to Reynolds. Reynolds now here to Tidwell. Over to Bowie in the corner. Back to Tidwell. Matchup man-to-man put on here by Summertown. So get it over to Butchum. Butchum here now to Reynolds. He'll drive, kick out to Tidwell. Tidwell picks up his dribble at the free throw line. Now to Bowie. He'll try a deep three. Front iron, no. Rebound Bennett. Hands over to Grayson Burleson. He'll speed the other way. Burleson. Behind the back pass here to Campbell. He'll drive, layup up, no. Offensive rebound, Weston Pigg. Pigg goes up, shot blocked by Bowie. Goes into the hands of Jackson Robertson. Robertson quickly to Butchum. Butchum into the paint. Layup up, no. Rebound, Kurt Burleson in the hands quickly to Cole Campbell. Campbell the other way. He'll pull up, picks up his dribble now to Kurt. Kurt drives, shot, no. He's fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot two. I believe that one will go on Butchum, and it will. It's his first foul for either side. Summertown in their previous game against Lawrence County really struggled from the free throw line, trying to bounce back in this one. First shot on its way, rattles out, no. Comes the next free throw from Kurt. It's on its way. Off the front iron, no. Rebound, Bowie. Still a 2-0 Eagle lead. Minute 50 into the opening quarter. Reynolds, Tidwell, back to Reynolds. Bounce pass over to Butcher. Butcher. Now over to Reynolds. Reynolds loses his balance. Now over to Bowie. Bowie drives. Runner up. No. Rebound, Grayson Burleson now coming the other way. He'll get it across the timeline. Spins. Drives. Scoop shot up. No. Rebound, Bowie. Bowie now the other way to Robertson. Robertson across the timeline drives and gets a shot blocked by Kurt Burleson. but the foul happened before the shot.
Well, Burleson got way up.
Yeah, he did.
Holy smokes.
The jumping ability of some of these guys is very deceiving as Jackson Bennett picks up his first foul. Bowie takes it out to the right of the basket. And a lob pass in the Butchum down to Reynolds straight away. In the Bowie in the paint. Jumper up. Knocks it down. Game tied here at 2. 5:35 remaining opening quarter. Campbell across the timeline for the Eagles. Bounce pass into Grayson Burleson. Burleson turnaround floater. No. Rebound Reynolds. Reynolds bounce pass over to Tidwell across the timeline. Tidwell spins. Shot. Up and in. His first points. Loretto leads 4-2.
That's such an athletic move because he had Burleson in his face going to try to shove it down his throat, and he kind of hesitated, let him go on by, and went up and made it.
Miscommunication between Campbell and Burleson. First turnover by the Eagles. Tidwell, who had 36
Thursday night. Yeah,
what an incredible game.
Could not miss from beyond the arc.
Reynolds hands over to Butchum. Now over to Bowie at the left wing. Now to Robertson on the baseline. Bounce pass to Reynolds. Left-handed layup. No. Rebound Cole Campbell.
The looks are there. Summertown is doing a good job in the paint of making Loretto change their angles.
Kurt Burleson, his runner's up. No. Rebound Jackson Robertson will get a foul from behind. I believe that will go on Weston Pig against Summertown. And it will. That's his first, team's second. 4:40 left here in the first, a 4-2 Loretto lead. Reynolds now will jog it across the timeline, dribbling to his left. Now brings it to the top of the key. Long pass over to Bowie in the corner for three. Knocks it down. Bowie has got 5. It's a 7-2 Loretto lead. Pig hands over to Bennett. Now over to Burleson. Burleson driving the baseline. They say he stepped out of bounds. Second turnover here against the Eagles.
He was looking for a way to cut in the paint on the baseline, and Loretto did a good job of shifting down and cutting it off.
Butchum will check out. Jaden Aaron will check in here for the Mustangs. 7-2 is the lead as Reynolds crosses the timeline over the left at the top of the key. Skip pass over to Bowie in the corner again for three. Rattles out, no. And Tidwell will get called for the over and back. That'll be his first, team's second. 4:02 remaining in the opening quarter. 5-point Loretto lead.
That was not called in the girls' game.
No. Seeing a little bit different. They're letting them play down low, but except for the rebounding part.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this one plays out. I know in the past, when one game is one way, completely one way of the spectrum, the other one's the opposite. So I hope that's not the case.
Kurt Burleson has it. Now hands over to Cole Campbell. Campbell drives into the low block. Shot up. No. Rebound Weston Pig. Pig goes up. His shot blocked by Bowie, and Bowie's going to come down with it. Now coming the other way, Tidwell over to Jaden Aaron in the corner. Back out to Tidwell over to Reynolds. Steals that one away. Now over to Robertson. Robertson, jump stop. Blocked by Weston Pig, and say it's a jump ball. Will go to Summertown anyways.
Probably the right call. Summertown's missed their last 8 shots. Hit the first shot of the game, hadn't made one since.
Pig will check out. Leighton Sherman will check in. Press put on by Loretto as Sherman has it. One of the many freshmen on the Summertown team. Now over to Grayson Burleson. Sophomore crosses across the timeline. Gets it over to Kurt Burleson. Now over to Campbell. Campbell now over to Bennett. Bennett hands over to Burleson. He'll try an NBA range three. Back iron, no. Rebound, Case and Bowie. Over to Corbin Reynolds. He'll take his time as he gets it across the timeline. Reynolds has at the top of the key. Guarded here by Sherman. Kicks out to Robertson. Robertson now to Tidwell. Tidwell steps back to Robertson. Over to Reynolds at the left wing. 5 out here for Loretto. Now over to Tidwell. He'll try a three. Knocks it down. He's got 5. It's a 10-2 Loretto lead. Kurt Burleson across the timeline. Hands over to Cole Campbell. Now over to Bennett in the corner. Bennett now to Leighton Sherman. Sherman over to Bennett. Now to Kurt Burleson straight away. Swings over to Campbell. Campbell steps back. Now to Kurt. Kurt lobs it down low here to Grayson Burleson. Tough shot up, gets it in. His first points.
That was a tough shot. He had two Florida defenders on him and on him tight, and he got that to go.
One thing I've learned here in my couple seasons calling, Burlesons are not afraid to shoot the ball.
No. At least him and his brother were not. That is for sure.
Bowie over to Aaron straight away, now to Tidwell. Tidwell here to Aaron. Back to Bowie at the left wing. Skip pass over to Tidwell at the other wing, now to Robertson on the baseline. Jumper up, no. Rebound, Kurt Burleson, hands over to Grayson. Grayson coming quickly the other way. He'll drive. Tough shot again. That one's blocked by Tidwell in the hands of Robertson. Robertson, he'll drive, jumps up, shot up, no. Rebound, Bowie up and in. Bowie's got 7. The lead's out to 8. Campbell now taking his time across the timeline over to Bennett. Bennett at the Loretto logo drives, but has it back to the top of the key over to Grayson Burleson. Burleson gets a screen from Kurt, hands over to Sherman. Sherman now to Kurt. He'll try a 3. Front iron, no. Rebound to Corbin Reynolds. Reynolds now will jog it across the timeline for the Mustangs. Hands over to Robertson, and he'll walk. Third turnover against the Mustangs. Weston Pigg back into the game. He will come in for Grayson Burleson. Robertson will check out, and Buttram will check in.
I don't know what Jackson does. He's got called for that 3 or 4 times this year, and he looks perplexed when it happens.
He shuffled his feet a little bit too much.
They're going to have to go back and look at some film and just show him on that what he's doing, because it doesn't really matter now, but in district time it could come up at a big moment. He doesn't do it every time.
Bennett deep 3, no. Rebound, Bowie. Bowie swings ahead here to Tidwell. Now to Aaron. Aaron is dribbled, picked up, over to Tidwell. Now to Reynolds at the Loretto logo. 20 seconds left in the quarter. Reynolds. Now over to Bowie. Bowie steps back. He'll try a 3. Off the front iron, no. Rebound, Sherman. Gets over to Campbell. 7 seconds left. Campbell almost walked there. His runner up and can't get it to go. Rebound, Bowie. Bowie's shot here at the buzzer. Into the rafters. And that will end the first quarter. Loretto leads this one 12-4 after 8 minutes of play. We'll have the start of the second quarter when we return here on the X Sports Network.
Flooring sets the tone throughout your home.
For flooring that makes the right first impression, start by choosing us, Floored by Justin.
A one-stop flooring destination. Our new location stands alone for unequaled customer service and selection. Owner Justin Story's mastery of custom hardwood inlays means every room can have a custom look. Discover how the right choice of hardwood, laminate, carpet, or tile can set the tone in your home. Contact Floored by Justin today.
For the best at-home care in Lawrence County, the Summit at Home is the right company for you. We have a friendly staff over 25 that is trained, educated, and qualified to help with all your needs within your household. Our non-medical services include transportation, housework, dressing, and companionship. We are also covered by most long-term care providers. For more information, please call 931-762-2310.
AJ Good goes the distance for local sports on the X Sports Network.
Back here at the Barns, we start the second quarter. Loretto leading Summertown 12-4. Tidwell with it at the left wing over to Buttram. Buttram swings it back to Tidwell, now to Jaden Aaron on the baseline. Back to Tidwell over to Reynolds. Reynolds drives, kicks out to Tidwell. Tidwell now will step back. Gets it over to Reynolds. Excuse me, it's Tidwell, now to Buttram. Buttram here to Tidwell. Now over to Reynolds straight away. Gets it over to Tidwell. He'll try a 3 from the right wing. No. Rebound, Grayson Burleson. Burleson now coming the other way. Get a screen here from Pigg. Now over to Leighton Sherman. Back to Burleson. Gets it in the Cole Campbell. Now to Sherman in the corner for 3. Knocks it down. His first points. It's a 5-point Loretto lead.
Saw him at Lawrence County knock several of those down before they decided to start guarding him.
He had 18 points in that game out of nowhere, and he's not afraid to shoot it from 3, especially from the corner. Long pass over to Tidwell at the right wing. He'll drive. Tough shot up. Can't get it to go. Rebound, Grayson Burleson. Summertown coming quickly the other way. Now to Kurt Burleson. Spins. Shot up, no. And a rebound for Jackson to Robertson. He's going to come real quickly the other way. He'll drive. Shot up, blocked by Weston Pigg into the hands of Kurt Burleson. Now here comes Grayson Burleson. Drives. Tough shot up and in, and he is fouled. And he has a chance here at the M1. Looks like that's going to go on Jaden Aaron. That's going to be his first, team's third. Summertown missed on their 2 previous free throw attempts. First shot here from Burleson on its way, knocks it down. He's got 5. It's a 2-point Loretto lead. Summertown starting this quarter on a 6-0 run. Reynolds drives, kicks here to Tidwell from the right wing. Now to Bowie in the corner for 3. He answers. Bowie's already in the double figures with 10. It's a 5-point Mustang lead. Kurt Burleson the other way for 3. Misses. Sherman throws that one back into the hands of Butcham. Butcham now across the timeline. Behind the back move. 2-3 zone put on by Summertown. Now over to Tidwell. Tidwell hands over to Reynolds. He will pick up his dribble over to Butcham. Butcham now to Reynolds. Reynolds drives and hands over to Bowie. Bowie, baseline jumper. Rattles out, no. Rebound, Weston Pigg. Pigg now will slow things down here for the Eagles and get it across the timeline. Over to Sherman in the corner, gets a screen from Pigg. Now gets it to Pigg, who's open, throws it down low to Burleson. Double team, he'll dribble back out now to Grayson. Grayson guarded by Tidwell, drives into the lane, feeds it to Pigg. Reverse layup blocked by Bowie, out of bounds, and will stay with Summertown. Update from over at Lawrence County. Wildcats leading Page 10-9 as they start the second quarter. Campbell now taking it out of bounds and down low to Burleson. Tough shot up and in.
He's got good position on the inbounds. There was nothing that Tidwell could do there. Grayson smart play.
Grayson has 7. It's a 15-12 Loretto lead. Reynolds gets that pass tipped by Burleson and stolen away, and then Tidwell is going to pick up the foul. That will be his second.
He's got to let that one go probably.
Aaron will now check back in here for Tidwell. Burleson here will take it out in front of the scorer's table on their offensive side of the timeline. Now over to Kurt Burleson. He'll drive, runner off the glass and in. First points of the game. It's a 1-point Mustang lead. Reynolds across the timeline. Summertown extends the zone. Over to Butcham. Butcham picks up his dribble. Gets it over to Robertson. Down low to Bowie. Bowie, nice move. Goes up and under off the glass and in.
He don't look like a sophomore down there. Just his patience, it's incredible.
He's got 12 already, a 3-point Mustang lead. Grayson Burleson with it. Will step back for 3. Knocks it down and we're tied. He's in the double figures with 10 and we're all knotted up at 17. 4:20 left in the first half. Reynolds walks it across the timeline. Summertown back in the 2-3 zone. Butcham now over to Robertson in the corner. He'll drive the baseline and a foul called against Weston Pigg.
Weston was a little late trying to cut off the baseline and kind of slid his hips over there trying to make up for it. And Mr. Official said that's not allowed.
Pigg will check out with the second foul. Will Daniel will check in for his first action of the game. More than likely, Weston will sit out the remainder here of the first half. Bowie takes it out to the left of the basket. Lobbing him to Butcham. Here comes a trap from Summertown over to Reynolds. Reynolds lobs it in to Bowie at the free throw line out to Aaron. Aaron now to Reynolds straight away. Reynolds dribbles, drives, layup up in, and he's fouled.
That's something that he's started doing in the last month or so. As he started attacking his brother Amari. Everybody remembers Amari. He would take it to the rim better than anybody that I've ever seen do it, and you're starting to see him start doing it himself, and it's been fun to watch.
He completes the M1. First free throw from Loretto. He's got 3. It's a 3-point Mustang lead. Campbell over to Daniel. Daniel now to Kurt Burleson at the logo. Swings over to Grayson. Grayson steps back. Pass over to Sherman. Sherman over to Grayson. Grayson loses that one in the hands of Jackson Robertson, but come the other way to Reynolds. Layup up, blocked, but they said Grayson fouled him on the way up.
I don't know that was a foul. I think you could make a case for goaltending, but I don't know that you make a case for a foul.
It's the first foul against Grayson Burleson. That's the team's fifth. Pair of free throws coming up for Corbin Reynolds.
And I don't know that it was interference either. So, I mean, I maybe he got him with his body, but I didn't see anything up top.
First free throw, nothing but net. No subs coming in for either side.
Corbin kind of swung out going to the basket. Second free throw good, too. He swung out wide to get a better angle, and if he'd just taken it right in.
He hits both free throws. He's got 5. It's a 5-point Loretto lead. Burleson to Daniel, now over to Grayson Burleson. He'll drive. Left-handed layup up and in, and he is fouled. He'll go to the line for another chance at the M1. Bowie will pick up his first, team's fifth. Each side now with 5 team fouls. Grayson with another opportunity here to complete an M1.
Grayson's a lot like Carly Campbell is for the girls' team. If he sees a soft spot, he's going to attack it.
Free throw up, nothing but net. He has got 13 points. Wes Long for Summertown is going to call his first timeout, a 30-second timeout. Take that break with him here on the X Sports Network.
Hey, this is Phil Hooper. Get the look you want for your favorite school, church, or business with apparel from HD Ink Screen Printing in Leoma, Tennessee. Got a logo you need embroidered or screen printed? Let HD Ink give you the professional look that sets the bar in today's world. We do fundraisers and custom designed apparel and so much more. Call today, 931-201-2961, or come see us at our new shop located at 26 Ingram Road in Leoma. Remember, HD Ink for the look you want and the look you deserve.
This is the X Sports Network.
Back here at the barn, Summertown has got the Loretto lead here to 22-20 here with 3:25 left in the first half. Grayson Burleson now with 13. Buttram has it here for the Mustangs, over to Case and Bowie straight away. Dribbles to his right and hands over to Reynolds. Reynolds now over to Buttram at the left wing. Over to Robertson inside the free-point line, as at the free throw line. Now to Bowie. Bowie drives, loses it into the hands of Will Daniel. 5th turnover now by the Mustangs. Cole Campbell will bring it the other way. Campbell has at the logo, picks up his dribble over to Will Daniel, hands over to Grayson Burleson. Burleson steps back, picks up his dribble, now over to Kurt Burleson, almost stolen away by Buttram, back in the hands of Grayson Burleson. Hands over to Will Daniel, gets over to Leighton Sherman. Sherman will try a 3 for the lead, knocks it down. Their first lead since the first basket of the game, and now Greg Tips. He's going to call his first timeout, a 30-second timeout, and take that break with him here on the X Sports Network.
Employee Resources Credit Union is an easy solution to banking, offering a personal, simple, yet modern way to bank. When you bank with ERCU, you are a shareholder, meaning you own a piece of the pie. And we make it easy with the convenience of digital banking, with service you won't find at another financial institution, including low to zero fees and incredible rates. We have the technology you need with the personal service you deserve, right here in your own neighborhood. Employee Resources Credit Union, not for profit, for service.
Back here at the barn, a Leighton Sherman 3 has given Summertown a 23-22 lead. 2:35 remaining. Greg Tips called his first timeout. Loretto now has it. Robertson drives into the paint. Dishes down low to Bowie. That one's off the glass. No. Rebound Bowie. Comes up with it now to Robertson. And then Robertson, we have a 3-second call here against Bowie. 6th turnover against the Mustangs.
Yeah, you got to vacate it. That's what Coach Tips told him. He said, look, yeah, you got to get out of there.
Burleson now hands over to Grayson Burleson. He's being double teamed over to Campbell. Now to Kurt Burleson. Spins across the timeline to Daniel. Now to Sherman in the corner. Sherman.
I think Sherman would have shot that if it hadn't been Bowie coming out on him.
And fight for the rebound down low, and coming up with it is Jaden Aaron. Then they said he stepped out of bounds. Cole Campbell take it out to the right of the basket here for the Eagles. Gets it into Grayson. Grayson driving on Aaron. Spins. Tough shot. Off the glass and in. He has got 15. Summertown now leads it. Their largest lead of the game at 3. Reynolds over to Buttram. Butcham down low to Bowie, who's open. Powers his way up, can't get it to go. Offensive rebound, Robertson tried to pass it to Bowie, and Butcham comes up with it. He'll drive the baseline, bounce pass over to Robertson, and he gets called for another travel wave turnover against the Mustangs. And Cam, you mentioned in the first quarter, Summertown was 2 of 15 from the field, and has been the exact opposite here.
Yeah,
in the
has. Bowie's the only one for Loretto right now attacking. Mason Tidwell's been on the bench most of the quarter in foul trouble, and it's a turnover.
That was a wild sequence there as Butcham gets a steal, comes up with the finish for his first points of the game. It's the 4th turnover against Summertown.
But it's allowing Summertown to sell out to Case and Bowie.
Burleson will step up for 3, misses. Sherman throws it back into Will Daniel, and that one's off the glass and in.
Not sure.
First, second chance points for Summertown. First points for Will Daniel. Leads back out to 3. Reynolds across the timeline. 2-3 zone put on by Summertown. Now to Butcham. Butcham to Robertson. Robertson here to Aaron. Now to Reynolds. Reynolds over to Bowie in the corner for 3. Off the side of the backboard into the hands of Grayson Burleson. 3-on-2. Burleson tries it between the legs pass, and now Campbell skip past to Kurt Burleson.
Wow.
Now over to Leighton Sherman, and they'll reset the play. Hands over to Grayson Burleson, now to Will Daniel. Daniel now to Burleson on the right wing, guarded by Jaden Aaron. He'll bring it back out, reset the play. Wes Long calls out a new play here for Summertown over Cole Campbell at the logo. 20 seconds left here in the quarter. Campbell. Hands over to Grayson. Grayson drives into the paint. Tough shot, knocks it down. Coming the other way, Reynolds with 5 seconds left, crossing the timeline. Over to Butcham, back to Reynolds. Reynolds now to Butcham, shot at the buzzer. Rattles out, no good. After 16 minutes of play, Summertown leads this one 29-24. We'll take a short break, and we'll have the start of the second half when we return here on the X Sports Network.
Are you looking for a non-factory job environment? Livingstone Freight Solutions is a 3PL company that began managing warehouses in Tennessee, Alabama, and Mississippi. With our multiple shifts and experienced management team, our goal is to give you as an employee a safe family work environment and competitive wages. We offer a wide variety of employment opportunities from forklift drivers to management level positions. We also strive to offer a competitive benefit package and PTO options. For more information or to apply, visit us at livingstonefs.com or give us a call at 931-269-3255.
Got a dent, a ding, a scratch, or a bent fender? Major or minor, Car Country Collision Center in Leoma can fix you up. Car Country works with all insurance carriers, gives free estimates, can work on foreign and domestic vehicles, and has experience you can trust. They've been in business since 1990. Unfortunately, accidents happen, but you can get your car back on the road with as little hassle as possible with the help of Car Country. Call 931-852-4708 or stop by at 2567 Highway 43 South in Leoma.
Introducing Cloud9 Fiber to Lawrenceburg. We take great pride in being the only locally owned and operated internet company within Lawrenceburg and Lawrence County. We're now offering up to gigabit services with plans starting at $50 per month. Surf the internet with blazing fast speeds and reliability, all while keeping your investment within Lawrence County. For more information, visit cloud9fiber.com to request for us to build your area next.
What really matters during the ball game, we all want to win. Sometimes we'll lose. But at the end of the day, what really matters is holiness, isn't it? In Leviticus 11 and verse 44, God says, "You be holy, for I am holy." To keep oneself unspotted from the world, James 1 and verse 27. Or to be that living sacrifice that is holy and acceptable to God, Romans 12 and verse 1. Are you being that? And that message brought to you by your friends at the Leoma Church of Christ.
Arctic Air keeps your home or business comfortable. For more than 20 years, we provided outstanding residential and commercial services through southern Middle Tennessee. Whether you need assistance with your heat, air conditioning, preventive maintenance, or anything in between, trust our reliable team to get the job done. We'll take the time to figure out your specific needs and recommend what we believe is right and best for your situation.
We've been using Arctic Air for over 15 years now. Their service is great, they're here when we need them, and their prices are competitive. They take the worry out of the heat and air so I don't have to.
Arctic Air. When you need us, we'll be there.
This is the X Sports Network.
Every state has strange laws still on the books, things that make us scratch our heads. They're rarely enforced, but still entertaining. These are the strange laws of Washington. The harassing of Bigfoot, Sasquatch, or any other undiscovered subspecies is a felony punishable by a fine and or imprisonment. So if you see a Bigfoot out here, seriously guys, enough with the name calling, all right? He knows he smells. Do you see a shower out here? Just leave him alone. No person may walk around in public if he or she has the common cold. Okay, actually that one's not that bad, unless of course you're the one with the cold. A law in Burlington aimed at reducing crime states it is mandatory for a motorist with criminal intentions to stop at the city limits first to telephone the police chief and notify them as he's entering town. So if you're planning on committing a crime and happen to be passing through Burlington, please remember to stop and phone the local police chief first to notify them of your plans, as I'm sure any decent, respectable criminal would do. When two trains come to a crossing, neither shall go until the other has passed. Think about that one. Let it simmer for a while. It is illegal to display a hypnotized or allegedly hypnotized person in a store window. Seriously, guys, mannequins are not that expensive, okay?
Are you looking for a job where you can easily balance work and home life? By becoming a local driver with Southeast Carriers, we can guarantee multiple benefits and a base pay starting at $17 per hour, along with a work-life balance so you can spend equal time on the road as with family. We also provide the latest updated equipment and technology to make your job as easy as possible. Southeast Carriers isn't just a company, it's a family, and we would love for you to be a part of it. For more information, visit our website at southeastcarriers.com or check us out on Instagram and Facebook.
Got primary care? Find your way to better health with primary care by One Stop Medical. With decades of combined experience, you'll find a one-on-one relationship just like the old days, but with the convenience and technology of today. When One Stop Medical does primary care, it's the best. Call today for an appointment and find your way to healthy living. Serving Lawrenceburg, Pulaski, and Hohenwald. Phone 931-244-8220. Primary care by One Stop Medical at its best.
From our humble beginnings to today, Parks Lumber Company has continuously served Lawrence and surrounding counties for over a century. Although we started as a small lumber yard in 1896, we have grown to include everything you need to make your dream project come to life. No matter your building needs, our experienced staff will be with you every step of the way to ensure you receive the highest customer service and attention to detail you deserve. Visit us at 106 2nd Street or on Facebook. We guarantee you will see working with PLC is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
It's the wall-to-wall clearance sale going on right now at Story Lee Furniture. Save hundreds of dollars off floor samples, one-of-a-kinds, and even as-is items. We are drastically reducing prices to make room for our 2023 inventory coming in. And with our warehouse completely full, we've got a lot of furniture to sell and are slashing prices to do so. With hundreds of items marked at liquidation prices. And get up to 12 months no interest and free delivery too. It's the Story Lee Furniture wall-to-wall clearance sale.
Great food is just a short drive to Heine's Barbecue in Lawrenceburg. Mouth-watering is just one way to describe the amazing flavors of the best piece of Heine in town when you dig into a plate of pulled pork, hand-chopped brisket, chicken, wood-fire oven pizzas, and the menu goes on. Wash it all down with a swig of Heine Shine lemonade and then make your way over to the gift shop full of Heine sauces, snacks, and more. Heine's Barbecue, Highway 43 North in Lawrenceburg.
For decades, First Class Charter has provided high-quality motor coach transportation services to the Tennessee Valley. With numerous safety and cleanliness accreditations, First Class Charter is ready to make your group trip a reality. Contact us today by visiting firstclasscharter.net. First Class Charter, the official motor coach company of the North Alabama Lions.
Hello everyone, this is Eric Schultz. On behalf of Cade and the entire Schultz family, we would like to say thank you. Thank you for all the love, all the support, and most importantly, the prayers. 1 Peter 5:10 reads, "But the God of all grace, who hath called us unto his eternal glory by Christ Jesus, after that you have suffered a while, make you perfect, establish, strengthen, settle you." We want to thank God for his grace. Go Wildcats.
AJ Good goes the distance for local sports on the X Sports Network.
Back here at the Barns, we get ready to start the second half between Summertown and Loretto. Eagles lead the Mustangs 29-24. Taking a look at the stats, starting first with the Eagles. Grayson Burleson leading all scorers with 17. You got Cole Campbell, Kurt Burleson, Will Daniel with 2, and Layton Sherman off the bench with 6. On the other side for Loretto, Kason Bowie with 12, Corbin Reynolds, Mason Tidwell with 5, and Hayden Butcham with 2. Hustle stat-wise, Summertown has forced 8 turnovers, gotten 7 points off of those. Loretto's forced 4 turnovers with 2 points off of those. Offensive rebounds, 3 for each side, and 2 second-chance points for each side. And this game started off, Cam, looked like it was all Loretto, and then Summertown, after just shooting 2 of 15 in the first quarter, stormed back a big second quarter to take the lead.
Yeah, they rebounded nicely, not literally rebounding, but shooting-wise rebounded. They shot 10 of 16 in the second quarter for a 63% versus 31% for Loretto. I mean, you shoot under 40% in the game, and the other team shoots anything above 40. I mean, you're not going to – that's always going to be the difference.
Yeah.
Unless you put up a lot more shots than they do. I guarantee Lawrence County has won a game this year shooting 30% versus a team shooting 50%. I guarantee it's happened because they put up a lot of shots, but that's not how Loretto's going to win.
Summertown will start off with the ball. Speaking of Lawrence County, they lead Page 20-18 at the half, and Cole Campbell will start things off with a turnover, 5th against the Eagles. Loretto will get the ball back here just 5 seconds into the second half. Bowie inbounds here into Corbin Reynolds. Back to Butcham, now over to Tidwell. Tidwell at the top of the key. Over to Reynolds. Reynolds here at the left wing, over to Butcham straight away. Back to Reynolds at the right wing. Here to Tidwell, straight away now to Butcham. Butcham picks up his dribble. Has an open Reynolds down low. He'll go off the glass and in. He's got 7, leads down the 3. Kurt Burleson will bring it the other way here for Summertown. He's across the timeline. Tries to hand it off to Cole Campbell, now to Grayson Burleson at the free throw line. Tries to back down his defender, fadeaway jumper, nothing but net.
So good. It's almost unguardable if a player can do that.
He's got 19. It's a 5-point Eagle lead once again. Reynolds over to Tidwell. Tidwell now to Butcham. Butcham now over to Tidwell. Back to Butcham. Inside to Jackson Robertson. Kicks out the Tidwell, now over to down low to Bowie. Bowie, fadeaway shot up and in.
When Mason Tidwell's on the floor, it changes what Summertown can do to Loretto defensively.
Burleson coming the other way, pulls up, tough shot blocked by Bowie into the hands of Kurt Burleson, up and in. He has got 4. Summertown gets the lead back out the 5.
Summertown does a great job of everybody going in the paint once the ball gets there as far as looking for the rebound.
Cole Campbell coming up with the steal the other way. Right-hand layup. Rolls it in. Campbell with 4 points. Summertown now with 9 points off 9 Loretto turnovers. Reynolds now the other way, 7. Gets a screen from Butcham. Over to Tidwell. Tidwell pulls it down now to Butcham. Back to Tidwell at the right wing. He'll try a 3. Nothing but net. He's got 8. It's a 4-point Eagle lead. Kurt Burleson with it now for the Eagles. He'll get across the timeline with Butcham waiting on him, over to Grayson Burleson, guarded by Tidwell. Burleson now will bring it out to the logo. The drive. Step back jumper. Rolls that one in. He has got 21. It's a 6-point Eagle lead.
I don't know that Loretto has anything that can match his size and his speed. Mason, I don't think you want to put Mason on him with him in foul trouble.
Robertson's jumper rolls in. His first points, leads back down the 4. Kurt Burleson across the timeline, hands over to Cole Campbell. Campbell now hands over to Grayson Burleson, guarded by Tidwell again. Step back three. Rattles out, no. Fight for the rebound, won by Hayden Butcham. Butcham now to Reynolds. Reynolds across the timeline. Summertown changing up the defense a bit. Reynolds with it. Drives into the free throw line, kicks out to Butcham. Butcham has it in the corner. Long pass out to Reynolds at the top of the logo. Now drives to the free throw line, kicks out to Tidwell. Tidwell with it straight away. Now to Reynolds at the right wing. Hands over to Butcham near the logo. Back to Reynolds at the right wing. Reynolds, long pass to Butcham. He'll try an NBA range three. Rattles out, then back in. He has got 5. It's a 1-point game. Campbell to Kurt Burleson. Press put on by Loretto as Grayson Burleson gets across the timeline. Drives, layup up, in, and he's fouled.
This is a great move by Grayson, but Loretto you saw both defenders, once Grayson took off, they turned sideways. They just conceded any competition of contesting that shot. It was either going to be a foul or a made basket at that point, and for Loretto, it ended up being both.
As Bowie picks up his second. First foul on either side. The and one opportunity from Grayson. Knocks it down. He's got 24. Eagles now 3 of 4 from the line with a 4-point lead. Across the timeline is Corbin Reynolds dribbling to his left. Greg Tips sets up the play. Good screen there from Butcham. Reynolds to Bowie in the corner for 3. Knocks it down. 17 points. It's a 1-point game again. Campbell now to Kurt Burleson. To Pig. Back to Kurt. Kurt over to Campbell across the timeline. He'll drive. Shot blocked by Bowie into the hands of Robertson. Robertson. Nice move to Bowie off the glass, and Loretto retakes the lead. 41-40. Kurt Burleson now to Grayson. Grayson with it across the timeline, baseline. Long pass to Cole Campbell. Steps back for 3. Rebound Bowie. Over to Corbin Reynolds, and Loretto going to slow things down with 3:25 left in the third. Robertson with the free throw line. Nice pass to Bowie off the glass and in. He's got 21. It's a 3-point Mustang lead. Pig back to Grayson Burleson. Now to Kurt Burleson. Over to Cole Campbell. Campbell drives. Bidden in the corner for 3. We're tied. West Long's going to call a timeout with the game tied at 43. It's a full timeout. We'll take that break with them here on the X Sports Network.
It's time for some straight talk about zero-turn mowers. Husqvarna's zero-turn performance mowers with rugged commercial drive give you high performance and a comfortable ride. Heavy-duty frame and chassis and commercial hydraulics take no punishment. With warranties now up to 5 years and low financing options, there's no competition. For a straight-up deal on the best in professional zero-turn mowers, go straight to your Husqvarna dealer.
Lawrenceburg Flooring and More is your premier source for hardwood, laminate, luxury vinyl tile, sheet vinyl, residential and commercial carpet, carpet tiles, ceramic and porcelain tile, waterproof floating floor, plus blinds and shutters. Lawrenceburg Flooring and More is also home to all name brands and can tackle projects big and small. Installation? You're covered with installers who've got years of experience and stand behind their work. Let Lawrenceburg Flooring and More make your design dreams a reality. 2760 Highway 43 North, or visit LawrenceburgFlooringandMore.com.
Back here at the barn, we have got quite the show going on. Loretto and Summertown tied at 43 with 3 minutes left in the third quarter. Loretto with us across the timeline. Corbin Reynolds dribbling to his right. Picks up his dribble. Long pass to Jackson Robertson. He'll drive the baseline now to Jaden Aaron. Over to Tidwell. Tidwell steps back now to Reynolds. Reynolds trying to find Bowie. Skip pass now to Aaron. Over to Robertson in the corner. He'll try a baseline jumper. Knocks it down. Loretto leads at 45-43. Pass knocked out of bounds, and Summertown will retain possession.
The press is really giving Summertown trouble right now. It's a different look that Coach Tips and the Mustangs come out with. Coach Wes Long will adjust to it. He'll get his players in the right position.
Another pass tipped out of bounds, this time by Tidwell. Summertown will keep it. They'll have it on their offensive side of the timeline.
What a quarter by Jackson Robertson, though. Assist-wise, he's made some nice feeds, and he's hitting some big shots.
thrown in. Grayson Burleson has it back. Guarded here by Tidwell. Tough shot. Unreal. Knocks it down. We're tied up once again at 45.
I was about to say, you get the feeling that somebody besides Grayson's going to have to get into double figures for Summertown. I don't know that that's true. I don't know that.
Tidwell down low. Shot up. No. Rebound. His layup is up and in. He gets into double figures with 10. The Mustangs lead by 2 once again. Kurt Burleson with it straight away back to Grayson. He's guarded here by Reynolds and Jackson Robertson. Now to Kurt Burleson at the free throw line. He'll drive. Tough shot blocked. No, saved. And now into the hands of Corbin Reynolds. Now the other way. And now that's a steal for Jackson Bennett. Bennett now to Cole Campbell. Minute 40 left here in the quarter. Now back to Bennett. Bennett. And his pass is kicked out of bounds by Jaden Aaron.
Loretto has gotten more active as far as deflecting passes with the arms, legs, whatever it takes. That's what Coach Tips teaches his teams. Summertown's going to have to do a better job of changing the levels to get those passes off.
Weston Pig over to Grayson Burleson. Now to Kurt Burleson in the corner. Here to Grayson at the wing. Long pass over to Bennett at the other wing. Now to Cole Campbell. He'll step up for 3. Rattles out. No rebound. Tidwell. Tidwell coming the other way. Slows it down now over to Reynolds. Reynolds will cross the timeline. He has it at the free throw line. Will step back. Weston Pig giving him a lot of room. Now Greg Tips resets the play here for his team. Reynolds now hands over to Aaron. Aaron now to Bowie at the free throw line. Throws it down low for Tidwell. Intercepted by Pig. It's a jump ball, though. That will stay with Loretto.
So something to pay attention to. Summertown's kind of in the same. Summertown's run about 7 deep. Loretto's only went 6 deep. I mean, you can't sustain that very long.
Layton Sherman will check in here as Aaron has it in the corner. And his pass is now out to Tidwell. Tidwell over to Reynolds. Reynolds has it with 50 seconds left here in the third. Now over to Aaron at the left wing, back to Reynolds at the right wing. Over to Bowie here on the baseline. He spins. Turnaround jumper. No. Rebound Grayson Burleson. Burleson now here with 35 seconds left. Here comes a double team from Loretto. He gets across the timeline. Now over to Weston Pig. Pig inside to Kurt Burleson. Tough shot. Can't get it to go, but he is fouled by Bowie. Comes down hard, and he'll go to the line here to shoot 2.
It's definitely a foul. It's just not a foul they've called a lot tonight. I think that's why you hear this smattering of boos, but it's just not. It hadn't been being called, and it's the right call. It's just not consistent.
Third foul against Bowie as Kurt Burleson knocks down the first.
That could be big, AJ. I mean, he's had a hell of a game, but you get in foul trouble, that changes things. I mean, we've seen that a lot with Summertown Loretto over the years.
Burleson hits them both. He's got 6, and we are tied up at 47 with 25 seconds left in the quarter. Bowie so far the only one in any sort of foul trouble with 3. He tries to hand it over to Aaron and does. Aaron now picks up his dribble. Over to Tidwell. Tidwell now kicks out to Butcham, back to Tidwell. He'll try corner 3. No. Rebound Cole Campbell. 5 seconds left. Gets it to Grayson Burleson. Burleson coming the other way. Will step back for 3 at the buzzer. Rebound Sherman, but not in time. After 3 quarters of play, we are tied up at 47. We got a very entertaining fourth quarter coming up here next on the X Sports Network.
A local law firm respected throughout the state. Generations of clients have turned to Boston, Holt, and Durham since 1948. We assist individuals and businesses with their legal needs, including real estate, property closings, personal injury, employment discrimination, and family law. Our clients get the personal attention and convenience of a hometown law firm with the resources and ability to handle any case. Come see us at Boston, Holt, and Durham.
This is the X Sports Network.
Back here at the barn, starting the fourth quarter at the game tied at 47. Kurt Burleson drives, and we get an offensive.
That's
called against Jaden Aaron.
That's one of those. It's flip a coin. It really could go either way. If it's a charge, Summertown's mad. In this case, Loretto's mad. It's
third team foul. Pair of free throws now coming up for Kurt Burleson. It's a second on Jaden Aaron. First shot on its way, rattles out, no good. Summertown now 5 of 8 from the line. Bowie, who gets a short break, has set the chip back in. Next shot on its way, and he hits 1 of 2. Summertown leads at 48-47.
Loretto shot 77% in that third quarter, 75% from downtown. That's not a sustainable number, but Summertown wasn't far from that. They were 7 of 15 from the field goal.
Loretto
only 1 of 5 from downtown. That was the difference, is 3-pointers.
They outscored him 23-18 in the third. Robertson now to Butchum, over to Reynolds. Reynolds will bring it back out to the logo. Team trailing by 1. Now over to Tidwell at the right wing. Now to Butchum straight away. Over to Reynolds. Reynolds will step back for 3. No. Offensive rebound. Nope. Lost out of bounds and will go back to Summertown. 48-47's a lead, and Jackson Robertson plays some great defense, knocks it off of Grayson Burleson, and Loretto will get the ball back. 7th turnover by the Eagles. We are 36 seconds in here to the final quarter. Bowie inbounds into Butchum, out to Reynolds. Reynolds picks up his dribble, finds Bowie. Bowie will try a 3 for the lead. No. Rebound won by Jackson Robertson. Now to Tidwell, over to Reynolds. Reynolds is wide open for 3. No. Rebound. Kurt Burleson now over to Grayson Burleson. Burleson dribbles, tries to dribble through traffic.
What a hustle play.
And now Kurt Burleson over to Cole Campbell. Campbell, long pass to Grayson Burleson. He'll try a 3. Front iron, no. Off of Butchum. Robertson comes down with it, now coming the other way. Butchum over to Reynolds. Reynolds now to Bowie in the corner. He'll try a 3 for the lead. Knocks it down. Timeout called by Greg Tibbs. It'll be a 30-second timeout. This team leading by 2. Take that break with them here on the X Sports Network.
Hey folks, this is Fred Webb, principal broker and owner of United Country Southern Tennessee Realty in Lawrenceburg. Your local Realtree Land Pro agent specializing in country homes, farms, and land. If you're thinking about selling or would like a free comparative market analysis to see what your property is worth, please give us a call at 931-244-7126. We market your property worldwide to get you the most exposure, which in turn gets you the highest price in the shortest amount of time. Visit us at southerntandrealty.com.
Back here at the barn, back and forth between Loretto and Summertown. The Mustangs leading the Eagles 50-48 after Kason Bowie knocks down his 24th point. Over to Grayson Burleson quickly across the timeline. Burleson drives, shot off the glass, and knocks it down.
Yeah, you got to cut that off. That's going to be there all night if Grayson wants it. Loretto's got to do a better job of stepping up in the lane. You can draw a charge, but you got to be willing to do it.
Game tied at 50. Burleson now with 28 points. Butchum now to Tidwell. Down low to Bowie. Bowie fadeaway jumper. No. Rebound Grayson Burleson. Burleson trying to bring it the other way. Spins across the timeline. Has an open Sherman in the corner for 3. Knocks it down and he's fouled. A 3 with an and 1 as Bowie picks up his 4th.
Well, that's not good for Loretto. And what a shot. You got Hollis on the floor coming your way, and Kayson's got to do a better job. I've been waiting for that to happen all night because he comes out hard to block the shot. And, I mean, that could change the entire complexion of the game for Loretto. What a big shot by Sherman.
Bowie will check out. Jaden Aaron will check in, and Layden Sherman getting an opportunity at the rare 4-point play, and he hits it. He's in the double figures with 10 all off the bench. Summertown leads at 54-50. Reynolds across the timeline over to Tidwell, back to Reynolds, over to Tidwell, back to Reynolds. Now to Butchum. Butchum back to Reynolds. Dribbles now over to Butchum. Butchum now here to Reynolds. Almost a 5-out look as Robertson comes to the free throw line. Now to Butchum. He'll try a deep 3. Nothing but net.
Loretto has attempted all 3s but 1, and they've hit 2. I mean,
1-point lead here for the Eagles. Weston Pig Dribbles to his right, picks up his dribble. Now over to Sherman. Sherman now to Cole Campbell. Campbell now to Grayson Burleson for three. Rattles it home. He has got 31. Summertown leads by 4 once again.
Not sure how you lose Grayson. He said thank you very much.
Over to Mason Tidwell. Tidwell now to Butcham at the logo. Swings over to Corbin Reynolds at the left wing. Now to Tidwell straight away. Back to Reynolds. Reynolds drives, kicks out to Aaron. Aaron in the corner, back to Tidwell straight away. Over to Butcham. He'll try another three. Back iron, no. Rebound, Kurt Burleson. Hands it over to Weston Pigg. And they're going to try to slow things down. Bounce pass over to Kurt Burleson. Stolen away by Loretto. Robertson, Tidwell. Blocked by Weston Pigg over to Grayson Burleson. Burleson, pass over to Cole Campbell. Open for three. He hits it. Cole Campbell has got 7. Largest lead for Summertown at 760-53. Reynolds across the timeline. In the corner to Jackson Robertson. He'll try a three. No. Rebound Grayson Burleson. Quickly the other way. It's Cole Campbell again for three. No. Rebound knocked out of bounds. And they say it will go to Loretto with 4:14 remaining in the quarter. And now we have a cramp here from Jackson Robertson as Kason Bowie was set the check back in. And he went down quickly and immediately holding that one. And Jackson, who's seen a lot of minutes here tonight and just dropped down after he got that cramp.
These high-stress games like this, you know, you're amped up, you're into the game, you're not thinking about staying hydrated as much, especially in a basketball. I mean, proves it's important.
They're still 10 to Jackson, and every one of us who have ever played a sport has gotten a cramp at some point.
No doubt.
Yeah,
no doubt.
And if you say you've never had a cramp, quite frankly, you're lying.
Yeah, so for me now, it's in the middle of the night in bed. Like if I roll over or something, oh my gosh. Yeah. I've literally woke up and everybody in the house thinks I'm being stabbed. I mean, I'm screaming bloody murder.
There's my son found out the other day when I was trying to take him to go change his diaper that sometimes that sniper in the roof just gets you on that the right calf. Right there every time. He learned some new words, but thank goodness he's only 9 months and doesn't understand.
Right.
As Robertson gets up.
The ones into my quad, I'll get him in my quad, and that's to me the worst. Man, that'll bring you down quick.
Kason Bowie will check back in. No press put on here by Summertown, who has gotten off to a great start here in the fourth quarter.
So with Bowie back in with 4 fouls, if you're Summertown,
go right at him.
You got to go right at him, and you know that changes the game a lot.
Reynolds now over to Kason Bowie. Now to Butcham. Reynolds straight away. Back to Butcham. Butcham drives into the paint, kicks out to Reynolds, swings over to Aaron. Aaron's going to try a three. Rattles it home. Now Greg Tips is going to call a timeout, a 30-second timeout, and we'll just keep it here with the lead down to 4.
Loretto has, Loretto's taken 8 3-pointers in this quarter. That's more than they've taken they shot. Well, I think that's not more than they shot the whole game, but you get the point. It's 8 in the quarter. They've made only 3. But that's a lot of threes. Summertown's taken 4. I mean, so it's like let's just fire it from downtown. Why not? Make it exciting.
Loretto's hit 9 threes in the game. Summertown has hit 7. Summertown has 23 made field goals to Loretto's 22. Summertown 7 of 10 from the line. Loretto 3 of 3. The turnovers are starting to even up a bit here. Loretto with 10 and Summertown now with 8. Offensive rebounds are pretty even. Summertown 6, Loretto 5. But a difference, though, is points off turnovers. Summertown has got 9, Loretto just 2. So
it's crazy.
Summertown, though, it's just a 4-point game, and the way these two teams play, the complexion of the game here can change quickly. Summertown has it now. Weston Pigg will walk it across the timeline. Pigg handed over to Campbell. Campbell Now drive, now hands over to Leighton Sherman, now over to Grayson Burleson. Burleson calling for a screen, he'll get one from Pig. He'll drive. Tough shot, tough pass over to Campbell. Campbell on the baseline, tough shot. No, rebound, Burleson up and in. He has got 30 of 3 points. Summertown now with 6 second chance points off 7 offensive rebounds. Buttram with it, 6-point game. Back to Buttram. Over to Tidwell at the logo. Swings over to Corbin Reynolds. Now to Bowie. Baseline jumper. Nothing but net. He has got 26. It's a 4-point lead with 3 minutes left. Burleson quickly across the timeline, and he will dribble it back out. Over to Weston Pig. Pig hands it over to Burleson. Burleson gets a screen from Pig. He'll step back for 3. And we're going to get
That's terrible. That's a terrible call. That's as bad as there's been tonight.
They saying that was that a foul on the shot?
I thought they were getting him fighting through the screen.
Yeah, I think that's what they're calling now.
But it's almost like he waited to see if the shot went in. That's a bad call.
Burleson now in the corner to Cole Campbell. Now to Kurt Burleson on the low block. Triple team block in the hands of Weston Pitt. Blocked by Bowie. Bowie with a pair of blocks there, but Loretto comes up with it. 2:30 left as Reynolds comes across the timeline. Over to Buttram. Buttram picks up his dribble. Looking for somebody, finds Bowie, but no, overthrows him in the hands of Pig. Coming the other way, Grayson Burleson, runner up, no. Rebound, Kurt Burleson gets it to Grayson, but he didn't get on the other side of the out-of-bounds line in time. So that will go back to Loretto.
Thought he was going to call an offensive foul, but he called him out of bounds. I don't think he was out of bounds.
Well, he stepped out of bounds and didn't establish himself over in time. Reynolds comes across the timeline, hands over to Buttram. Now to Bowie. Bowie back to Buttram. Over to Tidwell. Tidwell had an open errand, but Buttram now to Bowie. Bowie will try 3. Knocks it down! It's a 1-point game. Bowie now with 29.
Well, the Mantis has come out tonight. I've been waiting all game to say that.
Campbell across the timeline, minute 45 left. Now over to Pig. Pig gets his pass knocked out of bounds here by Bowie and will stay with the Eagles.
It's crazy to me that Cayson's playing with 4 fouls. He's still being that aggressive. I mean, he is Loretta's offense right now. It's just like if Grayson had 4 fouls, and he is Summertown's offense. But Cayson changes so much on the defensive end of the floor with his length that you can't afford to lose him if you're Loretto.
Robertson's now back into the game for Aaron. Grayson drives. Shot blocked by Bowie. And pinballed around the Tidwell. Tidwell finally gets it to Buttram and to Bowie. Now the other way to Robertson. Shot up and one. Robertson with the and one, foul on Pig. Loretto retakes the lead.
If you're Summertown, you can't like that call. I mean, he looked set from here, but we're not on the floor, so.
Now West Lawn will call a timeout. It will be
But what a play by Jackson Robertson. I mean, it is take it up strong. Whether it's a foul or not, it doesn't matter. He went through it and got the contact and still was able to finish. That's impressive.
Full timeout here called by Summertown. And, I mean, Cam, this game has just gone back and forth.
It has.
Just when you think one team's going to hit a couple shots and put this one away, the other team hits a bunch of shots, gets some and ones, and gets right back into it.
Once Bowie went to the bench and fouled Tremor, that's when Summertown made their run. That changed the entire complexion of the game. And I'm surprised that they haven't attacked him more. They've tried a couple times, but Loretto's doing a good job of crashing the paint. And so it kind of buffers that a little bit. It's going to open up some shots for Summertown. But when it gets into the winning late of the fourth quarter, winning the game, on young teams, it's who wants the ball. Who's willing to shoot it instead of pass it up.
I think we know who's going to.
I think there's 2 players on the floor, one for each team. I don't think there's any question.
Robertson gets a friendly bounce for the M1. Mustangs 4-4 from the line.
That's the first free throw they've shot this entire half.
Campbell across the timeline for Summertown. Picks up his dribble. Now to Kurt Burleson. Has it beyond the 3-point line. Now to Grayson. Grayson drives, shot up, he's
gone.
fouled. And it depends on who they call this. It's a pair of free throws coming up for Grayson Burleson. He comes up a little bit gimpy on the end of that. And this is going to go on Bowie, and that's his 5th.
That's not a foul. I mean, it's not what they've been calling all game. I don't understand it sometimes.
We're trying to get the officials' attention, and they do, as Jaden Aaron will now checking for Bowie.
I mean, if you're Summertown, you got to feel really good right now. If you're Loretto, somebody's got to step up. Jaden comes in Bowie's place, but he's a physical guy, but he's not a scoring threat right now. He can be.
Burleson's first rattles out, no good. Bowie checks out with 29 points. It's a minute 13 left. Next free throw from Burleson. Doesn't hit the second one. Misses them both. It's still a 2-point Mustang lead.
I don't watch for Loretto to hold the ball. They're not going to try to score.
Summertown only has 1 foul in the half.
Yeah, they're going to have to start fouling. Well, it's only 2 points. So Coach Lone's kind of in a precarious spot. Loretto's not going to try to score. Summertown's got to foul.
50 seconds left. Sherman comes out on Reynolds. Now West is calling for the foul. No!
It looked like it was clean there for a second.
Yeah, it did. It sure did. That's going to go on Sherman. That's going to be his first, team second, so they still got five more.
They're going to have to. I mean, regardless, you're not losing anything by trying to foul. Try to steal the ball. If you get a foul, you get a foul.
Yep.
I mean, that. I don't want Grayson fouling though.
Yeah, that's only his second.
But still, that's not.
Yeah, not ideal.
No, it's not. And Loretto's. He's saying 1-on-1. It's not 1-on-1.
It's not 1-on-1. No, it's just the 13th
I mean,
foul.
no, they've got to. I know they've got to get fouls quick, but you want to try to get the steal.
I think he might have been looking at the wrong number on the scoreboard.
Oh, wow.
Tidwell comes up with it now to Butchum. They got to foul him, and they do.
See, and this is where I have a problem with officiating. I didn't see a lot there. And they know what Summertown's trying to do. I get it. But if it's not a foul in the first 5 minutes, it's not a foul in the last 5 minutes.
Now, Kurt Burleson only picks up his
They
first.
have no idea what's going on.
It's only the 14th foul against Summertown. Now Butchum will take it out in front of his bench. These inbounds have been adventures here for Loretto.
Absolutely. And that's not an easy place to throw in from. You got timeouts.
Butchum. Now we got a timeout here called by Greg Tips. He will call this full timeout. They've only got one left here with 36.8 seconds left, and Summertown still got to get 3 more fouls here to get them in the 1-and-1.
That's something that Summertown, even dating back to the late 90s when I played, defensively, they're going to get after you. I don't care if it's middle school, elementary school, high school. You play Summertown, you know defensively you're in for a battle. That's just how they are. So it's not any surprise that this is tough getting the ball in.
Right.
I mean, that's just the way they're brought up from when they can walk. They're taught how to play defense.
Yeah. West Lawn takes no time, and at halftime, I saw them come out at the 6-minute mark at halftime.
Right.
I think West knew, hey, we're playing good. We're playing better than expected. We're not going to waste any time in here. Let's go back out there.
I mean, at that point, you know what you've got. I mean, yeah, you can make adjustments and things, but listen, Summertown's played a good game.
Yeah.
They're doing what they do. The only game they've looked lost in this year is when Grayson was out. Grayson is the heartbeat of their team.
They're getting in the Butchum. And Butchum now gets over to Tidwell.
How's that not a foul? It was a minute ago. And that.
They finally fouled Tidwell. That will go
I'm
on
glad.
Burleson. 30 seconds left.
And Coach Long's angry. He's like, well, that was a foul a minute ago. It's not now. It wasn't in the first 5 minutes.
We've still got 2 more fouls here to get to the 1-and-1. Reynolds gets it in the Robertson. Now back to Reynolds. Now over to Butchum. 25 seconds left, and Tidwell dribbles out, and Sherman finally fouls him. Sherman picks up his second.
It's not 1-and-1 yet.
6.
I think they still got one. He's been trying to give them a 1-and-1 for the last 5 minutes, AJ. I mean, and he's the district head official. I'm serious.
No, I believe it.
Got to get timeout.
This one's lobbed into Tidwell, and they got to foul him. And Campbell picks up the foul. That's only going to be his first, so now a 1-and-1 coming up for Mason Tidwell.
So this is big. I mean, Mason's a great young player, but it's a position he hasn't been in a lot. Late game free throws.
Clutch ones here. Loretto hasn't missed from the free throw line tonight at 4 for 4. First shot on its way. Knocks it down. Jackson Bennett now into the game for Weston Pigg. 20.8 seconds left. Next shot. Hits them both. He's got 12. It's a 4-point lead. Grayson Burleson quickly the other way. He drives. Reverse layup. Gets it in. Now West Lawn's going to call a timeout. It's going to be a full timeout with his team trailing by 2 with 15.5 seconds left. Grayson now with 35 points. And this is him and Kaysen have put on quite a show here. Kaysen fouled out with 29, and I mean they haven't missed much, and they've had hands in their faces. Not many of these have been wide open looks.
No. There's been some threes where guys got lost, but anything in the paint's been heavily contested.
And the officials, for the most part, have done a good job, really, in both games. And even though we've got one that has trouble adding 1 to every number.
Listen, I mean,
it happens.
But they've done a good job.
Yeah,
and there's been some bad calls, but there's going to be bad calls in every game. I mean, if you and
minutes.
I were out there,
we'd miss some.
and if they were home critiquing us, broadcasting the game, they're going to say, "Well, you made some mistakes too, big guy."
Absolutely,
We did,
yeah.
absolutely.
Hey, all we can ask is for is consistency, and they've been that way really in both games.
They really have. You can argue, you can say little things, but at the end of the day, it's been a good job.
Butcham taking it out to the right of the basket, gets it in to Reynolds. Reynolds now over to Aaron, and Reynolds will get fouled. The foul will go against.
It's funny to me
Sherman
how in the first half or most of the game they're saying foul, 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 and the Loretto. It doesn't matter if it was Summertown reversed. It wouldn't matter. There's like that's a foul, that's a foul.
Yeah.
Now they're like, oh, that's not a foul. What are you doing? That's like, quit calling that.
First free throw from Reynolds hits it.
I mean, that's big free throws.
Next free throw from Reynolds. Hits them both, nothing but nets, a 4-point lead again. Grayson Burleson gets it again with 10 seconds left. Gets it across the timeline, runner for 3. Back iron, no. Rebound, Butcham. Butcham will get fouled with 3 seconds left.
So since Kaysen Bowie's fouled out, Loretto has not attempted a field goal. And that's by design. I mean, they weren't going to anyway.
Yeah.
They had a game plan once that happened, and so far they've executed it perfectly.
First free throw from Butcham. Rattles out, no. Burleson with it. He comes the other way. Shot at the buzzer, and he misses. An exciting back and forth matchup. Loretto comes away with the win. They win this one 68-64. They improve to 12-5 on the year, 1-0 within the district. Summertown drops to 8-10, 0-1 in the district. And Cam, this is as fun as it gets. High scoring, back and forth, and both sides really put on a good display here tonight.
Absolutely. You saw some of the best young players in honestly the state.
Yeah.
And I've told a couple of the players in Loretto this. I think Loretto has a couple players that are Mr. Basketball finalists at some point in their career. I really do.
Yeah.
Mason Tidwell and Kaysen Bowie, they're both going to be there, but Summertown's got one as well.
Grayson Burleson,
I mean,
yeah.
I don't think there's any doubt. It would not surprise me, AJ, if all three of them are not finalists in the same season. They're all three that good, and it's so fun to watch.
It is, and you know what? We're going to have a blast watching them grow up in front of our eyes, and it was a blast here tonight as Loretto comes away with the 68-64 win. Next broadcast, Loretto will hit the road to take on Mount Pleasant. Those games will be on Friday night starting at 6 o'clock with the girls. Next games for Summertown will not be until Saturday, as both the boys and girls will be at the Grind to Shine Classic at Schultz Christian over in Florence. For Cam Mashburn and for producer extraordinaire Kevin Wright, I'm AJ Good here on the X Sports Network. Have a great evening.
This is the X Sports Network.